What if I told you that somewhere in the universe, a civilization might be so advanced it could control the energy of an entire galaxy? Not just solar panels or nuclear reactors, but the power output of billions of stars, shaped and harvested as if they were tools. If that sounds impossible, it's because we're only beginning to understand how small we truly are on the cosmic scale. But one man, a Soviet astrophysicist named Nikolai Kardashev, once asked a simple question. How do you measure the true advancement of a civilization? The answer led to one of the most profound ideas in the history of science, the Kardashev Scale. A scale so simple, yet so powerful, that it could define not only where we are, but where alien civilizations might be hiding. Before we venture into the deep unknown, make sure to hit like and subscribe to Deep Space Explained, because what you're about to hear will change how you see our place in the cosmos forever. In 1964, Nikolai Kardashev proposed his revolutionary idea in a paper titled Transmission of Information by Extraterrestrial Civilizations. At the height of the space race, most scientists were focused on rockets, planets, and radio signals. But Kardashev was thinking on an entirely different level, the energetic scale of intelligence itself. He theorized that civilizations could be classified by how much energy they can harness and use, not by how intelligent they are or how big their cities might be, but by their control of energy. Because in the end, energy is the currency of existence. Everything we do, from turning on a light to launching a spacecraft, is a transaction of energy. So Kardashev imagined three primary types. Type 1. Planetary civilizations, masters of their homeworld's energy. Type 2. Stellar civilizations, harnessing the energy of their entire star. Type 3. Galactic civilizations, controlling the power of an entire galaxy. Each step represents a leap of billions of times in energy control, a cosmic ladder from humble beginnings to godlike power. But here's the question: where does humanity stand? And what lies beyond Type 3? Let's begin with Type 1, the planetary civilization. A Type 1 society can capture 100% of the energy available on its home planet, including wind, solar, geothermal, and even the planet's core heat. To reach that level, humanity would need to generate and efficiently use about 10 to the 16th power watts of power. That's 10 quadrillion watts. Right now, we produce roughly 0.17% of that amount. According to astrophysicist Carl Sagan, who refined Kardashev's formula, Earth is around type 0.73, a civilization still struggling to master its own environment. Think about it. Hurricanes still destroy cities, volcanoes erupt uncontrollably, and our dependence on fossil fuels continues to destabilize our atmosphere. A true Type 1 civilization would control its climate, stabilize natural disasters, and manage global energy equilibrium with precision. They would likely use planetary-scale fusion reactors, orbital solar collectors, and planetary smart grids connecting every city seamlessly. In such a world, scarcity would vanish, but power would become almost godlike. And as history has shown, power without wisdom can destroy faster than it creates. That's the paradox Kardashev never solved. To reach Type 1, we must become not just more advanced, but more unified. Now, imagine a civilization that outgrew its planet entirely. A Type 2 civilization, also called a stellar civilization. At this level, they harness the total energy output of their star. That's 3.8 times 10 to the 26th watts for a sun-like star. To do that, they might construct something almost unimaginable: a Dyson sphere or Dyson swarm, a colossal megastructure surrounding the star to capture nearly all its radiation. First proposed by Freeman Dyson in 1960, this idea is not pure science fiction. Astronomers have actually searched for infrared signatures that might reveal such structures, for instance, around the mysterious star KIC 846285, also known as Tabby's star. For a brief moment in 2015, it dimmed in strange patterns that led some to speculate it might be surrounded by alien technology. Later studies suggested dust, but the mystery lingers. A Type 2 civilization might use this immense energy to terraform other planets, power interstellar ships, or even move their star to safer orbits. Their knowledge of physics would surpass ours beyond comprehension, perhaps mastering fusion containment, stellar engineering, or even manipulating space-time itself. And yet, if such civilizations exist, why can't we see them? A Type 3 civilization, the Galactic civilization, operates on a scale we can barely imagine. They would command energy equivalent to the entire Milky Way, roughly 10 to the 37th power watts. Such a civilization could control black holes, sustain artificial galaxies, or even reprogram the laws of physics within localized regions. They might use quantum scale manipulation or dark matter energy extraction, technologies far beyond our comprehension. Astrophysicist Michio Kaku once described Type 3 beings as the masters of space and time. To us, they would appear as cosmic gods, possibly existing in forms of pure energy or digital consciousness dispersed across the galactic core. But here's the twist. If Type 3 civilizations exist, they might not communicate using radio waves at all. They might transmit through neutrinos, gravitational waves, or quantum entanglement, invisible to our instruments. In fact, the famous Fermi paradox, "Where is everybody?" might have its answer hidden within this scale. Maybe we're just too primitive to notice them. Or maybe they've chosen to remain silent. But Kardashev's original scale didn't stop human imagination. Scientists have extended it further. Type 4 and Type 5 civilizations operating on universal or multiversal levels. A Type 4 civilization could harness the energy of an entire universe, manipulating space-time itself, controlling cosmic expansion, even creating or collapsing universes. They would have technology indistinguishable from what we call divine. A Type 5 civilization? They could exist beyond physical reality, operating across multiple universes, creating, simulating, or merging realities at will. In such a framework, we could be part of their simulation, an experiment of consciousness and physics designed by entities that have long transcended matter. It's both humbling and haunting. If the Kardashev scale measures progress by energy, perhaps there's another hidden scale, one that measures wisdom. So, where do we stand, and where are we heading? If our energy growth continues at the current pace of about 2% per year, humanity could reach Type 1 status in 100 to 200 years. To reach Type 2, it would take several thousand, perhaps tens of thousands of years. But the real question isn't how long it takes. It's whether we'll survive long enough to get there. Climate instability, nuclear weapons, artificial intelligence, and resource collapse are all barriers between us and planetary mastery. Each of these challenges tests whether intelligence inevitably destroys itself before reaching cosmic maturity. To evolve beyond Type 0, we must transition from competition to cooperation, from fossil fuel dependence to sustainable fusion, from nations divided by borders to a species united by purpose. In the end, the Kardashev Scale is not a race. It's a mirror. It forces us to ask, are we growing only in power, or also in responsibility? The universe is silent, but silence doesn't mean emptiness. It might mean that others have learned to listen rather than shout. Perhaps civilizations beyond Type 2 have chosen peace over expansion. Perhaps they exist within energy-efficient states of consciousness, leaving behind the noise of primitive life forms like ours. Or maybe, the reason we haven't found them yet is that we're the first to rise, to look at the stars, and imagine what could be. So as we build our technologies, explore the Moon and Mars, and dream of Dyson Spheres, we are writing the first pages of the Kardashev story ourselves. Every time we ignite a fusion reactor, connect billions through information networks, or dream of colonizing new worlds, we climb another rung on that cosmic ladder. The question is, will we rise wisely or burn out too soon? If this journey through the scale of civilizations inspired you, hit subscribe and leave a comment. Do you believe alien civilizations have already surpassed us? Or are we still alone, building our way toward the light of the stars? Because here on Deep Space Explained, every question we ask brings us one step closer to understanding the universe and ourselves.